Just want to start by saying that I wouldn't normally address this. As a journalist, I don't really like being the story here, but because of how important it is for each of us to stand up for what is right and what is decent, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel starting right now. So President Trump is on vacation this week at his golf resort in New Jersey, but he's not taking any time off from Twitter and apparently from watching me on CNN, which he denies, by the way. I know this because he has tweeted a nasty, hateful swipe at me and LeBron James that we've been discussing here. You probably read about it or saw it somewhere. I sat down with the NBA great for a primetime exclusive. That was last week after LeBron had just opened his I Promise school for 240 at-risk third and fourth graders. And during our conversation, LeBron said this.
You know, we are in a position right now in America, more importantly, where this race thing is taking over. You know, because I believe our president is kind of trying to divide us. For him to, like I said, use sports to kind of divide us is something I can't sit back and not say nothing.
What would you say to the president if he's sitting right here?
I would never sit across from him.
You would never? You don't want to talk to him?
No. I sit across from Barack, though.
I'm sure that got him. So as we know, President Trump doesn't like anyone to disagree with him or to criticize him. So he tweeted this late on Friday night. He said, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. Well, unlike this president who lashes out wildly at anyone who criticizes him, I have pretty thick skin. And LeBron James, in addition to being a brilliant black man, a superstar in his sport and a hero to his community, is taking the high road, which is exactly where he belongs. So since this president, since he spews so many insults so often, the president has called a lot of people stupid. Some of those people are white. But I would just like to note that referring to African Americans as dumb, remember this is America, referring to African Americans as dumb is one of the oldest canards of America's racist past and present, that black people are of inferior intelligence. And pretty much anyone and everyone in this country reacted. Here's what Dan Rather tweeted. He said, I'd much rather live in a world reflecting the values, philanthropy, and yes, intelligence of LeBron James and Don Lemon's intelligent commitment to truth and journalism than the divisive, peevish lies and narrow self-interest displayed by the President of the United States. This tweet from, thank you, Mr. Rather, by the way. This tweet is from Barbara Streisand. Why isn't Trump more concerned with the wildfires wreaking havoc across the country or the many critical decisions facing the President of the United States instead of insulting LeBron James on Twitter? Why is he constantly projecting onto others what he knows about himself? Ohio Governor John Kasich, a Republican who is no fan of the president, writing, rather than criticizing at King James, we should be celebrating him for his charity work and efforts to help kids. By the way, all around, he's better than Michael Jordan. That's a fact. Well, even Michael Jordan's weighing in, congratulating LeBron for the work he is doing for his local community. But maybe CNN commentator Keith Boykin, listen to this, summed it up the best with this tweet. In Trump's world, Obama, Kenyan, LeBron James, dumb, Don Lemon, dumb, Maxine Waters, low IQ, black countries, shitholes, black athletes, SOBs, black tenants, unwelcome, black workers, lazy, Central Park 5, guilty, Mexicans, rapists, Muslims, terrorists, Indians, fake, Nazis, wait for it, very fine people. Notice a pattern? This president constantly denigrates people of color and women, too. Congressman Maxine Waters, his new favorite target.
Maxine Waters, a very low IQ individual.
Maxine Waters? A low IQ individual.
She is a low IQ individual, Maxine Waters. I said it the other day. I mean, honestly, she's somewhere in the mid-60s. Maxine Waters. Very low IQ. Low IQ.
But then again, this is the same man who for years tried to deny the legitimacy of America's first black president by questioning over and over and over whether Barack Obama was born in this country.
I want him to show his birth certificate. I want him to show his birth certificate. There's something on that birth certificate that he doesn't like.
Oh, my God.
I brought it up just routinely, and all of a sudden, a lot of facts are emerging, and I'm starting to wonder myself whether or not he was born in this country.
I would like to have him show his birth certificate. And can I be honest with you? I hope he can. Because if he can't, and if he wasn't born in this country, which is a real possibility, if he doesn't, it's one of the greatest scams in the history of politics.
And black athletes who kneeled during the national anthem as a form of protest against racism and police brutality, well, they get this disrespect.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
This week marks the one-year anniversary of that violent and deadly white nationalist rally in Charlottesville. The one where angry white racists carried torches and shouted anti-Semitic slogans, including Jews will not replace us. The one where Heather Heyer, a 32-year-old young lady, was killed by a bigot who intentionally drove his car through a crowd that was there to fight against the hate. But this is how this president famously characterized that.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did.
The cross burnings are tiki torches. Their white hoods replaced by no hoods and khaki pants. These are the very fine people in the president's eyes. And yes, let me not mince words here. This president traffics in racism and is fueled by bullying, from keeping children at the border in cages to bullying journalists at every one of his rallies and every chance he gets. President Trump is trying to divide and conquer strategy here, and here's how it goes. He divides by race and tries to conquer decency by smearing and besmirching the truth and the people who fight to uphold it. I have wondered sometimes, you've seen Chris and I've wondered if he will succeed. If President Trump, who has his finger on he's the one who has his finger on the pulse of this country, is he revealing who we really are? Think about that. Is this who we really are? The overwhelmingly negative response, though, to his unfair and unkind attack on a good man, LeBron James, shows that America rejects what he is peddling. Most of America, anyway, not all of America. But what about the impact his policies have on those without a platform through sports like LeBron or through media like me? What about those who don't have a voice? What is this presidency doing to them? The kids separated from their parents at the border, the kids who don't have the chance to attend LeBron's school or any halfway decent school, the parents who you can't honestly tell their children to be proud of the president of the United States, the people of color who are attacked by their fellow citizens who feel emboldened to be publicly racist because the president is. Will the country stand up for them? We, the decent and truly patriotic people who really love America and believe in its greatness, have to, because clearly Donald Trump won't.